Okay, so now we will talk about is the other factors also. As I said, we spoke about supply factors, and now we will talk about is the other factors, because that is also very important. So let me write it down here. Other other factors. Okay, so this is also very important. So we have to know three steps through which it is done. Okay, as I had told you. So we will now talk about is the other factors. So the parity between price paid and price received by the farmers. Second, issue prices. And third is subsidies impact. Okay, so this is the basic thing, now. And now we will know that, because of these three factors, what is the initial success. So there was an initial success of MSP policy. So just let me clear this. Just let me erase this quickly. Yes, okay, so we will see the success now, the initial success. So the initial success of the MSP policy. Okay, so if you say from massive shortages were reduced, so we can say from the situation, India has emerged from the situation of, of massive shortages. India has emerged, okay, as a grain surplus country. So that's a great achievement. What is the second achievement? Yes, food security, which we had done. So food security has been achieved at the national level. Okay, what about third? There is increase in the production of grains, especially cereals. So cereals have increased, yes. Food prices have remained stable. So the fourth one is food prices had remained stable. Okay, farmers' income was also increased. So yes, increase in farm income of farmers. Okay, and yes, there is an economic transportation. Let me just tell you this also. Okay, so the next point is there is also, because of this, there was an economic transformation. So a lot of states became rich. So economic transformation in well irrigated regions of Punjab, Haryana, Maharashtra, etc. Okay, so these were the advantages. Now let us see the drawbacks. Okay, so let us see one by one. So now we will talk about is the drawbacks. Okay, so it was a very partial kind of a thing. This MSP policy was only very biased. So it was partial, okay, towards wheat and rice, leading to excessive production. So most of the people, the farmers, they used to only increase and they used to do excess production in wheat and rice, okay, of these crops, excessive production of these crops compared to other crops, compared to other crops. So this was also a very important point. Okay, next, now the second point is that farmers were encouraged by high. So, farmers were encouraged for, high MSP price. So farmers were encouraged by the high MSP for wheat and rice. So that is why what happened is, since they were getting higher prices in MSP, they only tried to produce wheat and rice only. So that was the problem. Less. Yes, let's see the next point. Okay, let me just rub this. Okay, so the third one was diversion of resources away from important crops. So most of the important crops were not grown and only wheat and rice was grown massive. Okay, now which kind of crops were not grown? Important crops like pulses, then oil seeds. Okay, so which are also necessary. So which are necessary for nutritional security. This was also very important. Then the fourth is also, the shortages. So yes, so the shortages in the production of pulses and other protein based products has led to their price. So since there is a shortage of supply, so the demand has increased, so has led to their price rise and protein based food inflation. Okay, then some more drawbacks are also there. Yes, just quickly let me rub this. Okay, so the next point we will talk about is, there was a drawback on increase okay, so increase in public stock holding cereals. Okay, then there was also a massive, increase in buffer stock. So stocks for a lot of cereals, leading, so this in turn, leading to unmanageable cost of storage and transportation. Okay, then the next also was, there was a massive, increase in fiscal burden, because taxes, there was a burden of taxes by the government, so increase fiscal burden. Remember I told you the problem of what is fiscal policy. So fiscal burden of subsidies, because government was not getting any taxes, no payment in return, and they were only giving discount on the government, so there was a huge pressure. Now let us talk about is the current situation of MSP. Okay, so just let me rub this. Okay, so the current situation of MSP. Okay, now here if you see, the most important goal of any long term agricultural development policy in India should be to promote the agriculture growth, along with the regional equity and natural resource. There must be a sustainability. So the regional equality and resource sustainability is a most important condition for achieving